right, the eerie music is on, so let's get into the stories. So, I have to say, my list of experiences that have made me jump, not so much jump, that's not a good word, more or less kind of freak me out. We'll start off with Penhurst Asylum. Now, Penhurst Asylum, look up the history, it's terrifying. It's beyond words. The treatment that these children received, the malnutrition, the torture, is scarier than any paranormal episode, where what happened in the human world was way more terrifying than anything out of a, scary book. It's terrifying. People were treated terribly. Now, I keep using the word terrible, but there's no word I could think of that will adequately describe Penhurst Asylum. So, Penhurst, we were in the Mayflower building, and this was last year. It was the year before last. And we were investigating the Mayflower. Of course, that's a Black Raven Paranormal. Be sure to check us out. And we were on the 3rd floor. And it was the top floor. I'm not sure if it was. I really don't remember if it was the 3rd floor, but it was the top floor. And the funny thing is, everybody always said that was the one floor you have to watch out for. So we're up there, and it's me and my fellow investigators, Chris and Deb, and we're walking down the hallway. Now, imagine a long hallway with doors on each side. Just regular doors that would have been used for rooms, like you would see in the hospital. And we're walking down the hallway, and all of a sudden, we hear doors opening and closing all around us, in front of us, behind us, beside us. Doors, you can hear the knob turn and open. And the door would creak open, then shut, all around us. That was the only time I've ever been trapped. And that was eerie, because it was not something that darted in front of us, something behind us. It was something around us, just completely all the way around. So that was definitely an experience. An interesting experience happened later on. That was the first time I've ever gotten a disembodied answer to a spirit box question. I'll go into that in a later video when I talk about evidence. Fast forward, let's go to the sorrelweed plantation, or the sorrelweed house in Savannah, Georgia, last year in I think February. That has one of my weirdest experiences that I literally jumped, and I'm kicking myself in the ass for not actually having this on video or audio. I was not recording at the time. Now, the sorrelweed house, you have Francis Sorrel, who owned the house. Now, reportedly, he had an affair with a slave girl, and his wife found out about it. The wife committed suicide by jumping off of the 2nd floor of the house. And the slave girl was found hanging in her room, which people think it's a murder, because inside of her room, there was no furniture. So for her to actually hang herself, she would have had to have been assisted. So I think it was a murder. But behind the house, and it's a beautiful house. If you get a chance to go by there, it's I forget which square it's in, but it's near the waterfront. It's beautiful. And so behind the house is a carriage house that was used for slave quarters, which were recently transformed into apartments. And it had bathrooms, different rooms, cabinets. So we each individually would go in the house. It was in pairs of teams. It was me, investigators, Marty and Mike, and we would go out one by one to the carriage house to do our own little investigation. This is the only time that 2 things have happened to me in one spot. And what happened was I was walking in, and the downstairs was our base camp. The upstairs was the apartment. The upstairs is where the slave was found hanging. And it was actually upstairs where ghost hunters got that amazing EVP of a woman literally screaming, "Help, stop, don't do that, let me go." If you get a chance to look it up, definitely look it up. It's worth it. It's amazing. So I go to walk upstairs to the second part, and the first time I'm halfway up the stairs, I hear somebody's feet shuffling away from the staircase. So I kind of come back downstairs, I kind of gather myself, like, what the hell was that? So I bravely go back upstairs, and I don't have anything running. I don't have my recorder running, my infrared camera's not on, nothing. It's just me. So I walk back upstairs again, and I look over, and there's a cabinet door, and it just slams shut. It was as loud as a gunshot. So me being the smart person that I am, I came back downstairs. Now, that was eerie. I can't explain that. Now, another time, we were in St. Albans Sanatorium. This is actually my very first investigation with Black Raven Paranormal. It was me and Christian. And we are in the bowling alley. And I'm doing an EVP session. And if you do an EVP session, you can record in real time, like you see people do on TV. Now, you don't need a fancy recorder to record in real time. All you do is, while you're recording in your recorder, any recorder that has a headset jack, you plug in your earbuds while you're recording. So anything that is happening, said, you can hear it in real time. Now, the only fault with that is all your senses are going towards your auditory. You're not looking for visuals, so you're focusing on audio. So if you're in a location where there's nothing to see, you're in a small little room, you want to run audio, that's a smart thing to do. But if you're in a place where shadow people or apparitions have been seen, you don't really want to do recording real time, just record. And I'll go into recordings. If you guys want to, I can talk about how to do EVP sessions and whatnot in a different video. So we're recording real time. We're in the bowling alley in St. Albans Sanatorium in Ranford, Virginia. That's literally, guys, right in our backyard. So I love St. Albans. Shout out to Marty. If you get a chance to go talk to Marcel, she's an amazing person. She's really good. So we're recording in the bowling alley, and this is an old institution, and it was also a boys' home. And the ground was used during the Civil War, and of course, also the Indians. So we're in the bowling alley, and we're downstairs recording in real time. And I'm in the process now of saying, well, if you're down here, you must have been a really good bowler. That's where the sentence stopped before the EVP came in. But this is why it shocked me and scared. And like, what the hell? It was so loud, guys. It literally hurt my ears. It was like a whisper that was amplified times 1,000, just because it was in my ear. So it may not classify as a scary moment, but it was loud, and it came through like just loud. I was in the process of saying, if you were down here, you must have been a good bowler, so you might want to have your picture taken to put in a magazine. I always like to use those ruse, like, once their picture taken, or their Ambro type taken, or wants to be featured in a magazine, stand in front of me. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's up to you to determine if that works for you or not. So, that's another one. Definitely gotta say, Waverly Hills Sanatorium. Now, the investigation's not even begun yet. It's me and my fellow investigator Mike, and we're downstairs right in front of the body chute. Of course, anybody that knows Waverly Hills, the body chute, this long incline with stairs. Now, when patients would die of tuberculosis, they would take these patients, put them in the casket. Now, instead of taking them out so everybody can see the casket, to kind of increase morale, so people don't see these dead bodies, they'd put them on this incline, and they would just go slowly down the incline, and the person would walk the casket down. And at the bottom of the incline, the bottom of the chute, there'd be a hearse. So that way, when the dead bodies were coming out, nobody would see them, so morale wouldn't get messed up. So right in front of the body chute, or the death tunnel, whatever you want to call it, there is a large iron gate, and it has a latch. So the gate was unlocked but not opened. So we haven't even got our recorders running. I think actually we just started our recorders. Just saying, starting EVP session. That's all we got out. Starting EVP session. All of a sudden, that gate just opened right in front of us. Now, we didn't see it open, but we looked over before and it was closed. Look back up again, it is open. Now, we're halfway down the death tunnel. Halfway down. I think it's 200 feet down, 180 feet down. It's a large tunnel. So we're down there, and all of a sudden, we're halfway down doing a session. All of a sudden, we're here. It closes. Pretty cool. Also, there's another EVP session in in Waverly Hills. It was in the electroshock therapy chamber where we were doing a session. And now there's 2 EVPs in this session. There's one where we hear a man moan. We don't hear that one. That's just on the recorder. But we hear this blood-curdling scream. That we both heard that one. In fact, if you listen to EVP, you hear us acknowledge that. So that was pretty scary. Besides that, seeing shadow people dart at you. Actually, in my walkthrough at St. Albans, I saw a person look out from behind a table and then look back in real quick. So it was kind of like peeking out and seeing what's going on and dash right back in. So I have to say, that was probably my most terrified experiences and scariest. Made me jump back, like, what the hell was that? Not really anything else for us that would classify as that, but more are coming, and we have a brand new season coming out of our investigations. If you check out our website at blackravenparanormal.com, you'll see our whole case files and our upcoming investigations, and I will have more videos talking about our experiences and everything. And guys, like I said, be sure to check out blackravenparanormal.com. Check out my other videos. Check out my Lizzie Borden video. Cool. Next on my list, I will be talking about Waverly Hills Sanatorium, about our investigation and my experiences and how that was the hottest investigation I've ever done. And I think I lost 15 pounds during that investigation just due to sweating. But one of the eeriest investigations I've ever been on. Well, guys, that's my scariest experiences. Be sure you subscribe, tune in, look for more videos. Stay nerdy, stay ghosty. I'll holler at y'all later.